Yo, we back in the madhouse and we getting mad deep. I'm with Kenny Malice and OTG Nick. And who do we have today?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mad Deep Podcast. Today we have the one, the only, Lush One.
Ooh, no!
The number one rapper in the fucking world, aka Cocaine Bot.
Oh no.
What's the deal, Lush? How are you, bro? Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Y'all are fam.
How you been lately? What's been on your mind, bro? I see you have your own show now. Obviously, we share the same studio and everything like that. And I guess for the people that watch us, if you could kind of give like a quick update of everything that you've been doing, what's been going on. So you just did a whole free battle rap thing in the Bay. So you could tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, in addition to continuing to push the line for the Lush World brand with my partners, Big Rick, Larger Than Life, and Trap 9.
Big Rick.
Ice Money Trap.
Yes, sir.
The Icy Hot Stunner himself. And then, of course, got to mention my boy, Ralph Sinatra as well, out there in the cut doing his thing. But in addition to that, just been pushing the line with this GTX grind time battle rap movement, which has been, a lifelong labor, really getting that back in motion.
Right.
Because like the thing is this, like with battle rap, I went to treatment like due to my addiction in the beginning of 2020.
Right.
And this thing happened. I was gone for 4 months. In the treatment center that I was at, it wasn't like a regular, most like rehabs, you're there for 28 days and then you get at, like when you're there, you have access to like the news, TV, like where I was at, not only was I gone for 4 months, but all of that was gone. We had no access to media, no social media, one phone call a week one phone call a week for 10 minutes. It was monitored by a staff member and it was with someone that the counselor chose. So for me, I could either talk to my girl, my mom, my dad, or my brother, and that's it. One of my brothers. And that's it. So that's the only, we had no idea what was going on in the world. My sobriety date is February 3rd, 2020. My last day of using it when I went into detox, February 2nd, 2020.
Wow.
And, this little thing happened in March called the pandemic. And that so the whole world is like going through this huge.
That was pretty crazy.
Transformation process while I'm going through my own personal catharsis and transformation process at the same time, which is the maniest thing that could happen to an inflated drug addict ego. It's like, yo, I go to rehab and the whole world shuts down, baby. You feel me? Like,
how was rehab any different in obviously because COVID had a bunch of different restrictions? Was it any different at all from?
Yes. So that's a good question, because now in addition to us already being in this super isolated environment, it's even more locked down. Because like the first week I was there, first couple weeks, we were able to go, they would take us to AA meetings, little excursions and shit. And that was out the window fast. Wow. That was all out the window. So I barely left my little, your room. Half an acre radius for a several month period.
So they completely cut off all the different activities that you could do?
Pretty much, like anything. At the very end, we got to go to, because I was in Texas. I was in Manor, Texas.
Right.
Which is outside of Austin. By the very end, we got to go to one little like creek thing or whatever, one little lake thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Whataburger afterwards, which was like a huge treat. Like,
yeah, was it good though?
We're going to Whataburger. Whataburger is... Whataburger is,
but it looks kind of gross.
I heard about it on the pod yesterday too.
It definitely hits the speezy. And you know what? I love my Tejanos, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all can run up on me if you want. In-N-Out is smashing on Whataburger.
Absolutely.
It's not even close. Y'all are tweaking if you disagree. Spencer, but nah.
No, you're right, bro. The burger looks like Sloppy Joe's.
So one of my first actual jobs was at Whataburger too.
Really?
Yeah, like, so when I was 18, I'd gone to a treatment back then. This is fucking the year.
So you're not from here?
I'm born and raised in LA. West LA. When I was 18, I went to treatment in Arizona. And then like I wound up in a halfway house.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's like what happened was this. I was in a treatment center in Arizona, wound up falling in love with a bitch out there because she had big fake titties and hella money. And I was 18 and horny as fuck. And you
Stripper?
Nah, but she could have been. I always told her, she was like, I wanted like these, I've always had, and it's probably because I'm an 80s baby. So like one of like my little things, like I have different things for like every race, for every demographic of bitch. My thing for white girls that I love, like I love trashy 80s white girl strippers. You feel me? Like I love
Go dance and shit.
I just love like if you look like you were a backup dancer in a Motley Crue video,
that's crazy.
What?
I'm smashing. Like
like the Sweet Cherry Pie video, like those kind of bitches.
girls videos. You feel me? All
yeah,
that shit.
Beastie
Yeah.
Boys.
Like before ass was even in style, when it was all about titties. Before white people were into ass, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm definitely an ass guy. I said depending on demographic,
Okay.
I have my little kinks.
Good.
That's my little thing for white girls is trashy. Like if your name is Roxy and you have a spray tan and fake titties,
That's like what you like for white girls.
that's what I like for white girls. But because we're in more sophisticated times, you gotta shave the chocha and you gotta fucking and you gotta have a little more ass now. You know what I mean? But
Ass is a big thing nowadays.
ass is a big thing nowadays. But like but she fit that. I always told her, I was like, I know what your name is, but I want to call you Roxy because you look like a white girl stripper. You like, yeah, Flavor Flav, you nickname all the bitches, right? Like,
So
I fell in love with this bitch, right?
All right.
Fell in love with this bitch. Wound up going to the aftercare facility that she was at. Got kicked out of there for fucking with her.
Damn.
Then they sent me to like a super strict
Damn.
halfway house in Arizona. When I was living in Arizona at that point in the small town called Prescott, AZ, that's when I started. That's when I worked at Whataburger.
Okay.
And I realized just how janky it was.
Yeah, it looks crazy as fuck. But you've lived in like LA, the Bay, and Arizona, right?
I've lived in LA, the Bay, Arizona, spent time in Texas, I lived in Philly for a while, spent a lot of time in New York.
What's been your favorite city to be in?
I mean, I love where I'm from. LA is, in my DNA. But I love Oakland, California. There's nowhere.
The Bay? Yeah.
There's nowhere like Oakland. I love it. I love it.
What's your favorite thing about the Bay? And what is like the biggest differences, I guess?
People are just like super down to earth. I like that. I like how cool everybody is.
I've
like,
noticed that, yeah.
Because the thing is, people are super cool in the South, but like in the Bay, they're down to earth like the South, but they're a little more advanced, like because they're from California.
You think so? You think that they're a little bit more advanced
than the South? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you feel like that in terms of like style and music?
Yeah, it's just like a little bit more. I mean, there's certain parts of the South that are huge pockets of flavor, like Atlanta. You know what I mean? Memphis, that are really ahead of the curve.
I see what you're saying.
But-
I thought you meant Southern California and Northern California.
No.
Oh, I see.
Just California compared to the rest of the country is so much more ahead of the curve. So you get like some of that Cali ingenuity, but it's like a little bit more down to earth and relaxed. People are chill. Like going up there, not having to deal with the same tenacity with gang politics and all that. Like I love the Bay.
I feel like the Bay's a little bit more. I feel like a little bit more sweeter because there's a little bit more sweeter people out there.
You ever been up there?
Yeah, like
Define sweet.
Yeah.
well, they call it the gay area.
There's look. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Like if you're from a big city, there's gonna be a lot of gay people there.
Yep. In your
It just is.
metropolitan area.
Like anytime, you know what gentrification is, right?
Most deaf.
Like when hood neighborhoods get nicer,
It's like Highland Park.
the first wave of gentrification is always gays and artists. It's always going to be the gays and the artists.
Gays and the artists.
No matter what. Growing up in West LA, West Hollywood is right there. I'm 3 miles from West Hollywood where I grew up at. Gay people around me. Santa Monica is a couple miles the other direction. Gay people around me. Fucking and not to say that there's all gays in those areas, because there's not. You feel me? There's some real ass motherfuckers. And not to say there's not real ass gay folks too. But in the Bay, to be honest with you, it's not like any different in the Bay. There's hella gay people in New York. There's hella gay people in Atlanta. Hella gay people in Miami.
In LA too.
There's hella gay people in LA. The Bay, like the thing about the Bay, which is kind of crazy, like there's the gayest parts, like where they have like the rainbow flags and all that shit. That's an isolated ass area. The Castro district in Frisco, like
it's all downtown, right?
It's called the Castro. It's like its own. You know when you're there, but like, look, West Hollywood has fucking rainbow flags on the police cars.
Oh,
there's a whole area in like.
Really?
Seen that?
Yes.
I don't go out there too often. I haven't seen that.
Wait,
That's
in West
crazy.
LA?
In West Hollywood.
I mean, I go to Hollywood often, but I don't see that.
Bro, look closely at the police cars in West Hollywood.
Really?
West Hollywood and Hollywood are two different cities.
Okay.
But
Is that different from Westwood?
yes.
Oh,
West
Westwood's
Hollywood,
where
like Beverly Hills?
West Hollywood is just east of Beverly Hills.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Right next to Beverly
I
Hills.
keep my eyes open for that.
They're like Santa Monica Boulevard. All through like when you it speaks.
I could see that there though, because that's like a little bit more hippie.
Bro,
Springs is pretty gay too.
Palm Springs is what?
Very gay.
What? What?
Yeah.
No, but like so yeah, I want to say that the Bay Area is sweeter. I'll say the Bay Area is embraces alternative lifestyles, like
okay.
and they're not really like tripping on mainstream bubbles and things like that. I love the Bay. I really do. I love LA. I love there's certain things I love about LA, like our ingenuity, our creativity, the grit that we have. You can't really compare that to anything else, but like the mentality that people have in the Bay, the way people treat each other, the way they move. I combine all that shit. And that was like, we had this thing, the Fresh Coast movement, and it was combining the underground scenes of LA and the Bay.
I like the music. I like the music a little bit more up in the Bay a little bit.
Like I love
I like Larry June a lot. Larry June goes crazy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Beats from the Bay.
Fire.
Bro, you wouldn't have like a lot of the wave of the LA music was super inspired by the Bay for a long ass fucking time.
Okay, I actually seen somebody say that because so when I first saw listening to Mike Sherm, I thought Mike Sherm was from LA.
Right.
Because
He's a Bay Area rapper.
LA. And then I found out he was from the Bay Area, and I commented that on TikTok, and everybody was telling me that I was fucking stupid because everyone was like, dude, the Bay did it first. LA is just always copying the Bay.
This is what people don't realize.
How true is that?
Like,
It's like they copy each other though.
we definitely are influenced by each other for sure. But here's the thing. The epicenter of the flavor of California is not LA. It's the Bay.
Yeah.
The
Really?
Bay is where the flavor of the West Coast comes from. Always has been. The Bay is where the flavor comes from. A lot of the elements of the lifestyle and just like gangbanging and the stereotype of what people think about California is LA. But what really moves the streets, what really like the real flavor of California is Northern Cali, fool. It's the Bay.
Their beats sound crazy. They have like jumpier bass lines. And something else I wanted to discuss with you was, I think, like, remember we talked about it, about how like Detroit music also, like Detroit beats
for sure,
very similar.
1000%. But just to like circle back, because just to close the chapter on what I was going to say before,
Right.
because I do want to get into that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about, so I went to treatment. When I was in treatment, I got out, right? August of 2020, and I was looking around, June of 2020, and I'm looking around, and I was like, battle rap, like, I felt like battle rap had already moved on. Right. I was like unfamiliar with so much shit that had been going on that I missed in those past 4 months. I was like, you know what? When they write a book on battle rap, like, fuck a footnote. Fuck a page. I probably got my own chapter in that bitch. You know what I mean? Like I've made vast contributions. Like, well, if I stopped right then, I'm cemented in battle rap history forever. But so I kind of thought I was done, but I got really into it again. I wound up getting brought back The company I was working for at the time, King of the Dot, got a deal with Twitch, $100,000 deal. Boom, we start producing content on Twitch. Twitch don't give deals out like that, but we got one. You feel me?
That's dope.
It's because they were trying to expand to live action sports. We were like one of the few channels that got a deal with them. We wound up getting a $250,000 deal the next year. And so I'm all in, getting shit cracking, hosting all across the country, events, organizing, curating. And then we wound up relaunching Grind Time, which is a company I started in 2008. We relaunched that at the end of 2021. By mid 2022, I was like, damn, I think I'm pretty much done with battle rap, because the shit was like, it was like chalked at that point. Like we had a huge investment from a cryptocurrency company. The crypto market crashed. We lost a lot of money as a result.
Yep.
We're in a really bad spot. I went from being the most up I had ever been to having to drain my fucking accounts to just keep our company afloat.
Damn.
And then taking out a bunch of loans. I was like a few hundred bands up, just to the neck, feeling great. All that shit was gone. Had to take out hella loans. And this is just 2 years out of rehab. You know what I mean? So my life was better than ever, then worse than ever real quick.
Yeah.
Then the whole no jumper shit pops off. You know what I mean? So I was kind of I'm not fucking with it. I'm the podcasting thing's going pretty well. I don't need battle rap anymore. And then it kind of just, it's
It sounds like it's just a bunch of negative energy, and then you kind of had to take a step back and then regroup kind of yourself, and kind of come back strong.
Yeah, that's basically
A lot of fucked up shit sounds like it's happening all at once,
It was a lot, bro. It was a lot. You know what I mean? Last summer was one of the worst, my lowest points of my life, from me and my girl broke up. My mom's got diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Yeah.
All that financial shit happened. So I was like, oh, it's a wrap. I don't even give a fuck what happens. I can't believe I stayed sober through all that shit.
Yeah,
Really,
and then
sounds crazy.
And then I know that you started doing. So when did you start doing? You started doing No Jumper full time after you were doing the Trapzilla thing, or the who were you doing a podcast with before?
With Disaster.
With Disaster.
Yeah. So it's weird how it happened, bro. We had, me and Diz had a pod. It was going cool, whatever. It wasn't really gaining that much traction, but it was cool. And then I randomly got brought on to the No Jumper show one day, and people were fucking with it, and they brought me back or whatever. And then I just became a regular over there. And I was like, damn, this is the first time I've been happy since all my shit fell apart. So I just really leaned into all that, and it went well for a while. Then it kind of just spiraled out of control and just kind of made a sharp left. And I think I just put too many eggs in that basket and was seeking too much fulfillment. You know what I mean? A lot of people would use the word validation, but it wasn't validation I was looking for. It's easy to get validation. I was looking for fulfillment.
Right.
I wanted
A
genuine happiness in my soul. Yeah, purpose. So I was like, oh, and I thought that I had found it, but I leaned. It was just and I'm not complaining, but it was just a really inopportune time for me to have that many eyeballs on me that I'd never seen me before.
I feel that.
So I wound up, that situation goes left, boom. But the battle rap shit then starts taking off again, in addition to, doing my thing over here with the Lush World pod, and then boom, so that's pretty much what happened. And then now the GTX thing is back in full motion with the battle rap thing, better than ever. So I'm, look, we make plans and God laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
real.
true. That's true.
Real.
Lush, man. Speaking of No Jumper, bro, I just want to give you your flowers and shout you out, bro, because you showed a lot of love and put a lot of people on. You know what I mean? When you was on that self-provoked interview, bro, you stopped the podcast and gave me a shout out, bro, and I thank you and Blasey for really putting me on that kind of level and shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to you for that. But yeah, speaking of No Jumper, bro, how was the environment? How was it if you could describe the environment going in every day and the daily grind, what was it like?
It was pretty chill for a while. It was a cool ass place to work. You know what I mean?
It seemed cool when we went.
It was a big thing, bro. During that time, No Jumper was big popping.
It was bro, I'm getting paid to go to a place to chop it up about hip hop with, sometimes interview other rappers that I really admired and wanted to give a spotlight to and fucked with. And when I'm there, who knows who might just show up and be around. And there's porn chicks and everything. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like
that's
pretty
what's
chill. Motherfuckers are playing video games.
Right.
And like, I got at first, like, I got along really well with all my coworkers, and I was just like, it's a dope ass environment. Like, once I think I liked it too much, and just my addictive personality got like so into it that like I wound up started to treat it like a drug. And then when you start treating something like a drug, you're like chasing that high. And then it don't hit like it used to, and you keep chasing it, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, like, and then I cared way too much about what the internet was saying. But really, like, the thing is, the reason why I cared so much about what the internet was saying is because, like, over there, they really listen. Like, the powers that be, they listen to what the people are saying. Like, the reason why they started, like, I'm broke as fuck at that. I'm still like pretty broke. You feel me? I'm like climbing my way out of debt to the best of my ability right now. But I'm still like not in the best financial place. You know what I mean?
Right.
At that time, I was like, I'd just been back in my parents' house, and I had to move. Like, I'd saved up to move out of my parents' house. I'm climbing out of like the gutter once again and shit. Not that my parents' house is the gutter; it's a nice house, but I'm just saying, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's like a personal low to be 40 years old and like in that situation.
Yeah.
But I was so like at that time. I wanted to work as much as possible, and how much I'm working is determined by the public perception of how, like, if you're on videos on that channel and people are disliking the videos, or people are, commenting bad, those, like, if they say get rid of this guy sucks, they're gonna get rid of him. The reason why they started fucking with me is because it wasn't because they're like, oh, they thought I was such a cool guy. And so, yeah, bro did believe in my talent, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and he said, like, there's a reason why he was fucking with me. He did believe in my shit.
Yeah.
But the people really fucked with me. That was the main thing.
Yeah.
And he saw the way I was resonating with the people. So of course, if they're fucking with me, then yeah. So of course I care. It's like reading the stock market, and you say like, oh, Macintosh is going down, or like maybe we should sell some of the stock before we lose money. Like, I didn't want to get shocked, fool. So it wasn't just like I care so much about what username 62759 thinks. Like, nah, if that person says enough things, that might affect how many times I get booked next week.
Well, that was at a different time now.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
it's like
crazy.
It's deeper than.
Damn, bro, this entertainment industry is fucked up.
And especially when you're dealing with, like, look, and
you're dealing with a big ass platform too.
You're dealing with a big platform, and in that industry, what people care about is eyeballs. If your views aren't matching up, they're gonna get them views however they need to get them.
Yeah.
And like, whether that's by showcasing your talent, showcasing your stupidity, looking as dumb as possible, whatever, or if they can't capitalize off you at all, then you the fuck up out of there, bro.
That's great.
And I don't need to name names. Yeah. Just look at anybody that's been on that platform or kicked off or this or that. Like, if they get booked a lot, or if they get invited onto the bigger podcasts or not, they know they're going to protect their investments, and they're going to, you feel me, cut their losses.
I think that was at a different
business,
time,
bro.
Yeah,
it's a fucking business. It still is a business.
Because back then I feel like everything was live. I feel like nothing's really live anymore except for the news. Like, how did you feel about everything being like live?
It was exciting.
It was pretty lit. Like, you as a viewer,
did you have to like watch what you said sometimes?
Bro, it's like you're under, like, you have to focus on so many, like, different intangibles at once. You have to be quick-witted. You have to be interesting. You have to look presentable.
Yeah.
Everything you do and say is under a crazy microscope. You know that the most flattering thing that you say or do is probably going to get overlooked, and the least most flattering is going to be blown out of proportion and recontextualized. So it's like a lot. It's a lot of pressure, bro. It is.
It's crazy.
And if, like, being sober, you're gonna overanalyze every little thing. You know what I mean? Like, if I was high as fuck, I'd just be like, but I wasn't sober. So I'm just like, still not even comfortable in my own skin, just like tripping on everything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, it was intense.
Lush, can I ask you something, dog?
Hell no. What's up?
Why do you think you were getting paid more than AD?
I think that I signed my contract with them.
Yeah, I would assume probably if they sign a contract with the ownership, probably.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, and I've never had this conversation with him, but I was shocked to see AD's pay stubs
when he posted them on the community clips.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah,
because mine were bigger than that. Pause.
Were you there longer than he was?
No, hell no.
And he was a big part of it, right?
He was there, but like the thing is, when I was there, I was there 5 days a week.
So you're there every day, type.
Yeah.
Shit. How many hours did you spend there? Would you say?
As much as I would be there, like 4 or 5 hours a day.
Doing pods all day.
Sometimes. There's times where there's days where I did three interviews and then a pod type shit. You know what I mean? Or the news and then 2 interviews, then a pod. Like I was look, between September and March, there's no face. I was on there more than Adam. There's no face that was on that channel more than me.
Yeah.
During that time. But I was like surprised because I thought that I always assumed that he was making significantly more money than that. And I'm not saying it was like millions more than him, but yeah, my checks were big. But I also like negotiated a deal in the beginning of January. He was already locked into a rate for way longer.
Yep.
You know, like I don't know. I was surprised to see that. I'll just say that. You know, I was surprised.
That's pretty wild. And how did you get into?
I feel like he deserved more, but it's not really up to me to decide that. I'm not I'm not the owner of the business. I'm not privy to all the overhead or anything. It just like I feel like if I was getting paid that much shit, you feel me? Like he was a big deal over there. So I don't know. Fuck it, I deserve the most. Fuck everybody else. No.
Cocaine bot in the building. Hey, so how did that cocaine bot name actually come about?
Bro, it was just like Reddit. When I did the freestyle or whatever.
It was your song, right?
Yeah, like that was part of a verse from a song.
Oh,
like,
yeah, right.
And they thought that I said cocaine bot like a robot, but I was talking about what cocaine bot, like talking about like
with the money bot you, right?
Yeah.
But the snowflakes and the robot emoji goes so hard though.
Yeah, I was like, this is tight. Cocaine bot is hard. You feel me? Like I fucks with it, so it was funny.
And like, how did you get into talking on camera like this? Because it's pretty like new to me too. So like, I don't know if you've been doing it for a while. Like, how did you like ease into it? Or
I mean, I feel like I've been, I used to do radio.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I've done a lot of interviews and hosted battle rap streams and things like that for so long. Being on camera and entertaining people is not new to me. I used to go live on Facebook all the time and Instagram and shit like that. Like you could find clips of my old lives all over, you know what I mean? Like, so I was kind of
been on camera for a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with the nuances.
How long have you been in the game for? Like, how long have you been doing this for?
Doing what?
Just being in front of a camera, speaking to people. I feel like having a platform in general.
Lush.
Yeah, just being you type shit.
I mean, look, I've had that name since I was in high school, since 1997, 98.
How'd you get the name? What's the name from?
So the name.
Has anybody ever asked you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about it before.
Nice.
But so I got expelled like a grip of times in high school. I got expelled from high school, started a new high school. I had a shirt. There used to be this clothing brand called Serial Killer, which was like a dope ass streetwear brand in the 90s and early 2000s. If you could find any vintage Serial Killer
Serial
tees,
killers, what are it called? That sounds dope.
and it would be like, it would say like Serial Killer, and then it would say like a different phrase below, like dope dealer, and it would have like a pop culture picture, like, so it'd be like serial killer, dope dealer, and it would have like Tony Montana on it, you know what I mean? Like it'd be like serial killer, whore, picture of Britney Spears, whatever, you know what I mean?
Like those fucking, like the ones that had the Chucky on them and shit, like those ones.
All kind. It would have. There's hundreds of different ones, right? There was one, and it says serial killer Lush, and it was like, it was from the movie Vacation, and it was with Chevy Chase. I don't know, probably before y'all time. He was like an comedian actor back in the day, and it was him and his son, and the son was chugging a beer. So the serial killer Lush in big letters, right? And I wore that shirt all the time. And when I started the new high school, people like didn't know my name, but they recognized me from the shirt. They started calling me Lush.
That's pretty hard, actually.
And like, so like real hood names, you don't get to choose that shit.
They just give them to you.
I can't be like, yo, my name's fucking Big Dick Stunner. Like, my name's Poon Slayer 6'9". You feel me? Like, you don't get to choose your hood name.
Your identity.
So like, yeah, that's what people started calling me from wearing that shirt.
That's crazy.
And then the one just comes from tagging and all that.
And how was tagging, bro? Because tagging's like a big part of LA culture, I feel like.
Wait, one means one, right? So you didn't have a crew. You're by yourself?
So like, yeah, like at that time, like I was from a crew already. I've been from where I'm from since back then. You know what I mean? But like, also, I used to like put one on my name just because when I would get up, I wouldn't want to have certain things associated with myself. But I just wanted to get up. I was like addicted to bombing and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I would get up. Like before that, I wrote Stare. I used to write Jinx. Like I had different tags and things like that. And so I put the one, and then like, that's all. Yeah. Technically, a oneer means like you're not from nowhere, like you're not from a crew, but like I always had like the one. And there's other homies like from where I'm from that have a one on their name too. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then also, like, what was the tagging culture like back then compared to now?
It was it was like it's still active, but it was way more active. Like pretty much in the 90s, if you were from LA, definitely on the west side for sure, and you didn't have like a hand style, you were a fucking loser. Everybody was getting up to some degree. Everybody, it was the thing to do. Taggers had groupies. You feel me? It was like it was the thing to do, and it was way more a part of hip hop culture. It wasn't like this disenfranchised separate thing, and like it was way more connected to like tagger crews were like gangs, and they still kind of are. But
yeah, they still kind of are.
But like now technically, there's certain politics which say that, you know, like taggers they don't exist.
I feel like it kind of died off, bro.
But at that time, it was like tagger crews were like openly and actively beefing with gangs and each other, and fools were getting smoked over that shit. I've lost a lot of homies to that shit.
To the tagging stuff?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy because it's like not.
It's the same. It was the same thing as gangbanging, really. And a lot of taggers, I think this still happens for sure, like became gang members and shit, like, or, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's the route they go.
Yeah, at the time though, it was, I don't know, it was LA's Graffiti City, USA, as far as I'm concerned. You know.
I feel like there's nowhere to kind of bomb anywhere anymore. Everything's kind of fucking taken. I mean, unless there's new freeways.
This is the thing is, like, back then there wasn't cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It was
still people don't give a fuck. Look at the billboards
for sure, but it was really like no man's land. Fools were hitting the heavens. Fools were hitting every single stop sign, every street sign.
That's fact.
Fools were like getting up with streakers, with scribes. You feel me? Slaps everywhere. Fool, like
I wish there was
fools used to have to rack. There wasn't like as many hip hop shops where you could buy. There was no Montanas and shit like that.
You could buy spray.
You had to rack fucking Krylons and low quality paint from Home Depot. Like
damn.
There was a different era. It was like way more of like a culture.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I feel like they should
lifestyle.
have like the actual like tagging parks. That'd be cool because I like the way tagging looks, but sometimes if it's like in a nice building, it's kind of like damn, it makes the area look a little crazy.
Go to the Venice Pits.
Yeah.
You could do that there. Pits. Some people in Venice pay for their house to get tagged on.
Yeah, really? I think graffiti is beautiful. And then there's certain fools like Hopes and Shy that are still like all city.
I see Hopes everywhere.
He's the most. He's literally Hopes is one of the most up writers I've ever seen in my life, bro.
I seen him in El Monte, Barstow, fucking downtown LA.
All city, fool.
Everywhere.
All city. I just seen Hopes up in the Bay.
Really?
I seen Hopes up in Oakland.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been seeing that. Yeah, you're right.
He like that dude's like salute to Hopes and Shy and all them fools, and he keeps his same style.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like
yeah.
That shit is raw, fool. I fuck. It's so funny because, like, in the past year in the city, I've lived in 3 different areas, and there's like a Hopes piece within like a mile of everywhere I've lived.
It's like a big recognizable like just thing that says Hopes. Have you seen those or no? It's like a graffiti. You've seen them. You've seen them for sure.
Seen it.
Like driving through the freeways and shit like that.
1000%.
I feel like I've seen it on this one freeway specific.
Like
Because
the
I see
10,
it every time.
you'll see it off the 10, you'll see it off the 5.
And everywhere, yeah.
It's big as fuck. Is it
Big as
is
fuck.
it box letters?
Yes. See,
Yeah.
you've seen it.
Like gray.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about being a tattoo artist?
I'm a terrible artist.
So you're just good at.
I was just ballsy, fool. I was a bomber. I would get up. I didn't give a fuck. I was in, like, I love graffiti and the artistic elements to it, but I could barely do a clean throwy. I was just into the vandalism and the fuck you aspect of it.
Oh,
you know, like,
so you didn't give a fuck if it looked good. You were just trying to say fuck you to whoever you want to say fuck you to.
I just wanted to be, bro, the number one thing that writers wanted to be known for is fame. You know what I mean? Like, but like a different fame. It's not like
low key fame, right?
It's like infamy.
Yeah.
You want to be infamous. You want to be.
I feel that.
I wasn't even trying to be all city. I wanted to be all West Side though. See me in the four corners. See me everywhere. You feel me? Like I was going to different schools, mobbing schools. I got in trouble for mobbing up different schools.
What school did you go to?
So I went to 4 different high schools.
Okay.
The main school I went to was Uni High, which is in West LA.
What are the other schools?
I went to Indian Springs, which is continuation from uni. Went to Crossroads, which is private school.
I've heard of Crossroads.
Santa Monica, and I went to a school called called Bridges, which is a charter school. So first I got expelled from private, public, continuation, and graduated from charter school.
Why are you getting expelled from these schools for?
Fucking stupid ass shit.
Didn't fool us.
Stupid ass shit. So I got expelled for getting a kid drunk, and he threw up and snitched me out. But I was already on like quadruple secret probation and already gotten in trouble a gang of times.
They kicked you out for him getting drunk?
Yeah, he threw up in fucking art class and snitched on me.
Oh, he's damn.
And then
tough.
then I got expelled for smoking weed.
In the bathroom?
No, from like right outside uni.
Oh, okay.
I got expelled.
Right outside, and they expelled you?
Yeah.
Fucking
You have to like be a certain, I think, feet away. Just in
Bro, I was
general.
like,
well, and you're a
this is
student
also
anyway.
the motherfucking 90s, fool. And like,
Oh, yeah, weed is illegal. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. Weed is illegal.
Then I got expelled for tagging, and then I graduated.
So do you think you're a bad kid?
Good kid, Mad City. Yeah, I was a horrible kid, bro.
Really?
Horrible. I was a good kid, like I was like nice kid. You know what I mean? But
You just chose bad type shit. You were raised good but chose bad.
Yeah, I was in this all kinds of dumbass shit.
Have you ever been in jail before?
Been to jail. I've never been to prison.
County?
I've been to county. I've been to LA County.
What'd you do, fool? What'd you do, fool?
Yeah,
Why'd you go to county, fool? What'd you
Can
do?
you say what you did or no?
Yeah, drugs,
Okay.
possession charge.
Typical shit in LA. That's like
Possession,
typical shit in LA, bro. Like,
Got caught up with blowing a burner, and like, but the burner wasn't mine. But whatever, I'm not gonna tell on the homie.
Right.
Got locked up. Case got DA rejected like 10 days later, 13 days later.
Oh, that must suck.
Shout out to Lush for keeping it solid, fool.
damn. Lush is a solid ass nigga.
That was a while ago. Been locked up north for a little bit too, like just a few days.
What's the difference between LA jail and NorCal jail?
We have way more politics in LA.
Most def. Has LA County always been that active?
Always
Even
been
since
active
back
as
then?
fuck. The thing, and I've been to juvie too, which is different.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in the Bay, if you're not on some, like, if you're not fucking with like the Mexican side of gangs, it's way more chiller. There's like not as many politics, but if you are, it's kind of an issue up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you fucking with Mexican gangs?
I mean, I fuck with them. I function with the Raza. You feel me? Like, yeah. Like,
So they're like,
I'm not a gang member though.
No, not a gang.
Yeah.
Just function with.
so what do you wait? I kind of didn't. So what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean like if you're not fucking with them, any of them up there, like they?
If you're like, so if you're just like, if you're not Mexican,
yeah.
and you get locked up in the Bay, like Santa Rita County Jail is janky as fuck. It's one of the worst county jails you could go to. But if you're not like on some like Norteño, Serrano shit, like you don't have to deal with the same politics. There's definitely shit you got to deal with and shit going on. But like in LA, it's instantly like
Everything.
you have to like choose a side and be from somewhere, and then it's not just your race, but then your neighborhood and all kinds of shit come into play. Like it's really, really political environment. Like, I ain't saying Nathan Slick to a can of oil. Y'all know that shit. You feel me? Like, these are not like secret information that I'm putting out there. But the Bay, like, there's still things you got to worry about, and there's slimy situations to get into, but it's way more relaxed as far as that goes. But if you're fucking with them, you know, different organizations up north, yeah, some shit could go down.
I feel like, speaking about the GTX battle rap, I feel like you need to take it, like, since you went to the Bay, like, you got to go to like Chicago, different cities.
So I mean, bro,
right? I mean, I'm sure that's what you're gonna do.
I get booked, so I'm going to Chicago in November. I'm going to Salt Lake City in October. I go, literally, bro. I've been to fucking 5 continents hosting rap battles. You know, 4 continents. Excuse me. 5.
Would you say that you kind of started like a wave for rap battling? Rap battling's been a while for a long time.
I was one of the forefathers of the wave of the YouTube era of battle rap, for sure.
Dude, battle rap is crazy. Like, some of the shit I see where people like can't control themselves because of something someone else said is like pretty crazy. I've seen people.
Are there
fights.
rules for battle rap?
There is, but there's not. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely rules as far as there's like time limits. There's, you know what I mean? Like, now, like, okay,
People can't get butthurt though.
you're really not supposed to, but it's like this. Like, let's say y'all two are about to battle, right? And then and you know that this fool's fucking girlfriend has AIDS. You feel me? And he's really sensitive about it. And he's like, "Hey, fool, like, don't say anything about my girlfriend having AIDS." And you're like, "Well, yeah, well, you know, my fucking grandpa just died. Don't say anything about my grandpa just dying." And then, like, you, as men, y'all should respect that.
Yeah, but some people just let it loose.
But then this fool might come to the battle wearing a shirt of your grandfather. You feel me? Like, I've seen like shit like that. Like, fool.
That's fucking crazy.
That's smoked out. That's crazy.
What's the craziest shit that's ever happened at a rap battle, fool?
Yeah.
That you've been at?
Fools have been fucking shot at rap battles.
Swear to God. See, I don't do pat downs, no security. What's the issue with that?
Depends. Small events, like little things that happen. There's been huge brawls. There's been, you feel me? Like,
So what happened? Someone had a punchline that was just way too hard, and it really hurt them, and they pulled the strap out,
or like they had beef from some other shit. They're at the battle, and then, you know what I mean? Like, shit's like, there's been multiple incidents of that. It's not even like one. It's rare. Like, I'll tell you this, of all the battle events that I've ever hosted, there's been maybe 2 fights. And look, check this out, fool. I've hosted over 6,000 rap battles before.
What the fuck? 6,000?
They don't got the category in Guinness, but they should.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Guinness World Records.
You gotta hit him up.
Guinness World Records. Guinness needs to recognize my boy right here.
You feel me? Ripley's
Ripley's Believe It or Not. Someone tap in.
Bro,
Get my boy his plaque, his trophy.
Yeah, you feel me? They'll give awards for that. Trophies. But yeah.
And then to kind of like I kind of wanted to circle back to like the whole the LA, I guess Detroit, West Coast Detroit thing, because you're really like knowledgeable on music. You're literally like a encyclopedia of hip hop. How do you where do you see the similarities come in? Because every time I hear both of those genres, like, they sound very similar, but I feel like the rest of the country likes Detroit music more than Cali music. I don't see people bumping Cali music, to be honest.
Okay, there's so much to unpack here.
Let's do it.
There's so much to unpack here. So the short answer to that, the question is, why are they so similar?
Yeah.
Because Detroit's our cousin. Like, we all have, everyone from here has family from out there. You know,
Is that a lot of people from out there?
Too, bro.
It's very, very, like, that's the short answer, but there's really a lot more nuance than that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at hip hop, is a postmodern art form. Postmodernism means creating new media from pre-existing media. Right. You look at the origins of hip hop culture. Hip hop culture started in the 70s in the Bronx. Why did hip hop start? Budget cutbacks in the public school systems got rid of all the arts programs. It's an impoverished time. It's high gang time. It's fucked up time in New York City, right? The Bronx is the worst. There's structure fires every other day. The roof is on fire. Because the roof was really on fire, motherfucker. So what do these motherfuckers do, right? There's no art program. So there's kids that have no creative outlet.
Yeah.
So what do these kids do? Well,
Making beats and shit, huh?
They start fucking, they take graffiti, they take fucking spray paint and start painting on the walls. They don't have dance classes, so they throw cardboard on the ground and start spinning on their head,
I didn't even
making
think
up their
about
own
that.
dances.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about that.
There's no music class. They can't play any instruments. What do? They fucking take their parents' old turntables, plug them into the fucking lights down and connect it to a sound system and loop different parts of the record and start making their own music from the music that already exists. This is the origins of hip hop. All right.
Damn,
That's cool.
I didn't even know that. Who taught you that?
This is the
Fucking Lush.
this is the math right here. These are the lessons right here. You feel me? Like, look, you don't got to know where you came from, but if you want to know how to move
Gotta ask
forward,
questions.
it helps. It helps to know. You feel me?
I feel that.
And I don't get to keep the knowledge I got by keeping it to myself. I want to preserve this culture because I love this and I live this. So so basically, now you look at every single region of hip hop, right? Let's just look at the basic ones, right? You got the Midwest, the East Coast, the South, and the West Coast, right? What was when the music, the hip hop that we make in every region is a reflection of the other music outside of hip hop that is popular in all these areas.
Right.
And it's a reflection of the way we listen to our music. The East Coast, let's look at New York, right? Everyone's moving around on subways, right?
Yeah.
There's subways in New York. Most popular in New York. Well, shit, jazz music came from New York City.
Yep.
You listen to the hip hop in New York, people are listening to it on their little ghetto blasters. They're listening to it on headphones, on the fucking subway. They don't be driving around in cars and shit. You feel me? Like, and they came from jazz. So what does the hip hop from New York sound like for decades? Jazz samples. You feel me? Pete Rock.
That's
DJ
why-
Premier.
yeah.
That's why
Jazz
Notorious
samples.
B.I.G. would have some like little jazz
Really
shit going on.
badass.
Huh?
All that
I
shit.
always felt like Biggie Smalls gave me like jazz types of feels when he would dress up and shit like that.
All that New York shit, Gangstar, Wu-Tang, you feel me? It all has a little jazzy element to it. You feel
does,
me?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
and they're listening to it. There's not heavy bass on this shit. It's jazz samples.
Yeah.
What about us in the West Coast though? What do we like outside of hip hop?
I feel like it'd be bongos and shit like it's more beat.
We like the motherfucking funk. If you listen to everybody out here, where do we listen to music? In our cars. Heavy bass systems. We're listening to Cutie Pie, you're the reason why. You feel me? Like,
that's how,
we're listening to
Yeah.
funk music, funkadelic, Tower Power, all that shit. You feel me? Like Ohio Players. Now remember that I said Ohio Players. We're going to circle back to that in a minute. All right. So we listen to music in our cars. We listen to funk. Listen to the rap music from here. DJ Quick, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, G-Funk music. It's all got heavy bass, synthesizers.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of the funk music that our parents listened to.
Do you think Chicano music has
Part
to
of
do with
same
that
shit.
too? Okay.
Same exact. Listen, like what do your fucking T.O.s be listening to? The funk. You feel me? Oldies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same shit, right? You feel me? Now let's look at the South. What's huge in the South? Well, they love marching band culture, right? They love marching
Stomp the
bands.
yard type shit.
Stomp the yard type shit. Listen to all the beats out there.
Wow.
It's got the
That
marching
is so
band shit.
crazy. I never
everybody
thought
has
about
their own
that.
different type of shit.
Where do they listen to music? They listen to music in the strip club. Huge bass. You
Or in
feel
the
me?
street
Like,
type shit, huh?
there it
Like
is.
Marty-
Like car
Yeah.
clothes.
So they have
kinda
that
like
tempo, huh? Because the tempo is
that
different.
tempo. It's that bounce. You feel me?
Wow.
Make you go like this in the dirty South, right? Look at the
Yeah.
Midwest. What music comes from the Midwest? Well, I mean, there's Motown, but really, the main music of the Midwest,
In the country?
blues, country too. Yeah, blues, right? Blues a little bit slower. You feel me? Let's look at that. Look at that bounce from like Twista to Nelly to all the rappers from Chicago. It's a little bit more country, a little bit more twangy, a little bit bouncy. Where do they listen to music? Well, same thing. Motherfucking car culture, things like that. So it's bass heavy. Okay, you have all these different regions. The origins of the music. Detroit, and a lot of the music that we listen to in California, a lot of that funk music are bands from where? From the Midwest.
That's
like I
crazy.
just said, the Ohio Players. So there's always been a deep connection between the funk of the Midwest, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Detroit, Ohio, all these places, and California. Listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony. You feel me? They're from
Right.
Cleveland. Obviously, they moved to LA and got signed to Ruthless. Heavy West Coast influence right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there's, listen to old Speed Not Mobsters or Do or Die, all the Twista, all the old Chicago rap. Very similar to the West Coast. You know what I mean? So these are the things that, these are the reasons why, and this is the cross-pollination of influences. And really, if you look at it, there's another level. What happens between the Bay and LA and Detroit? Well, Detroit's a hustler city, right?
Yep.
Detroit hustles hard. What do? They push whatever the fuck we got going on out here, as far as the weed we be growing, the jug we have, we shoot it out there, blah, 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 blah. Hustlers from the D come out here, go back and forth, boom, Cal-Troit, LA, Detroit, Bay Area, Detroit.
Dude, that blew my mind right now.
That
This
was
is so
insane.
crazy. Yeah, because it makes
Like,
sense
just
now. Yeah.
business, then you just find other outlets get to me.
What about Florida?
Different lanes, you feel me? So, okay, Florida, if you look
Florida's
at,
Haitian and like
so you definitely got that island element there.
Yeah.
But really, Florida
you
is,
got Tallahassee, you got
you got Tallahassee, you got
Orlando.
Miami, Tampa, Orlando,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
they all sound different too, bro.
They all sound different, but really, like, the roots of Miami is in booty-based music.
Yeah.
People were partying.
Yeah.
Like Block 9
fucking
shit.
huge block parties, loud bass, bitches fucking face down, ass up, twerking.
Yeah.
It goes back to Poison Clan, Two Live Crew. But, like, again, if you want to, like, generalize the whole area from everywhere from Florida to Texas and everywhere in between, Atlanta, all that shit, New Orleans, Memphis, they're all slight variations of each other.
They are,
but they're
yeah.
all under that Southern marching band umbrella in different capacities.
I feel like San Diego gets kind of like forgotten about a little bit.
San Diego is like,
That's Hispanic. I
Call
feel like
Dago.
more, right?
it's an extension of LA, but it's like but it's like you're in between LA and Mexico. You feel me?
Yeah, because
So-
it's like right next to Mexico, so I feel like that would have to have some sort of different influence on the music.
For sure. It's like this. San Diego's got its own vibe, just like Sacramento and Stockton are very different from the Bay Area.
Very true.
Like, if you look at Sacramento, is such an interesting place because Sacramento has got, like, culturally, the way they talk, interact, and vibe is very similar to the Bay, but they have LA gangs.
Really?
LA, yeah. There's Crips and Bloods in Sacramento.
Oh yeah,
Not Crips and Bloods. in
Crips
the
and
Bay.
Bloods in North Richmond too, right?
No.
That's where Mozzie's from, right? Sac.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Bay does not have Crips and Bloods like that. Every few years, Crips and Bloods will pop up, and then that's just gone.
Because it's active in like Stockton. Northridge.
Fuck yeah. So
Those places are active. In the Rouse, the toothpaste is locked, bro. My people live in Pittsburgh, and like right there, like near
It's
Concord,
209?
Stockton, all. I think so, right? Yeah,
well,
it's pretty hood.
Pittsburgh is in the 925, which is near Concord, places like that.
It's pretty hectic, right?
It is for sure, like Bay Point, the Pueblo projects, like all that is super active. But Stockton, that's like a couple hours away.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Stockton is in like central. Stockton is the most dangerous city in California, hands down.
It's next to Oakland.
It's like a couple hours away from all that. It's not, Stockton's not in the Bay.
Oh,
Stockton to the Bay is like LA to San Bernardino.
Yep, that's how I describe it to people. It's
That's
like
exactly
San
what it
Bernardino,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like San Bernardino,
Yeah.
bro.
Right.
It's
Or Bakersfield, like some shit like that.
really what about Bakersfield? Bakersfield's like its own thing, I feel like, too. But that's still Southern California, though.
I feel like, yeah, it is. Like, I feel like Bakersfield's wild. I feel like in Bakersfield,
San Bernardino too.
Yeah.
you could, like, Bakersfield, like, something bad will happen to you and people won't find out about it for a long ass time. It'll just be missing.
That sounds like so
What do you think
true.
about
Hey,
San
bro,
Bernardino rap?
me and Kenny had to go down to San Bernardino. And oh my god, bro, the gas station looked like something out of Fallout. I don't know what.
Yeah. San Bernardino is janky, fool. I fuck with the Dino heavy. Shouts to all the homies from out there. But I will say, it's active. You got to be on your P's and Q's.
That's the trenches right there.
The
No
trenches I
cap.
think are called baseline. Because I was kicking it with a couple of girls when I was in Marietta. They picked me up and shit like that, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want you to pull up over here because your car's probably gonna get took. Your catalytic converter might get took. Someone's either gonna rob your car, So they like, we rather just meet you up halfway and kick it in Moreno Valley.
Yep.
Which is all, and Moreno Valley is like low-key active too. You feel me? Like, yeah, they call that shit the murder. Like Moreno Valley ain't no joke.
Bro.
But it's funny. Like you said, like San Bernardino rap. Like right now, the IE is more cracking than ever with the rap music. I feel like there's damn near like.
It's active out there too. Like
I feel like it's as exciting as LA right now. Like there's more shit going on out there than there is.
I think
they have beef. LA and San Bernardino have beef.
There's always been like this weird, like, but not really, fool. Like we don't have any beef with San Bernardino, fool.
But sometimes I hear San Bernardino. No, what the problem is, San Bernardino people say they from LA, but they really from San Bernardino.
I think they're getting more proud of where they're from and they're repping it more, like, because like they don't like that shit. There are also fools that used to be from LA that moved out that way, but like, bro, I remember growing up, they used to fools were like, I remember in like. You'll see this in fucking like juvie or county or shit. Like fools will be like, you're from the IE, and like they'll be like, fuck Smelly, fool.
What?
Hey, yo,
Like,
what?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Fuck that fool.
Bro, that was like a whole thing. Trap, you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
You see, like, yeah, fucking Smelly, dog. Yeah. Like,
What? That's crazy.
and we got
shit
jokes
wild.
too. Like, but it was always like, yo, why are y'all fools tripping on? Like, I have no reason to beef with the IE. Y'all are fucking 2 hours away.
It's just too far apart, bro.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And
It's
I've,
like beefing with Oxnard.
that's what I'm saying. And I've always got love out there every time. Like, I live in the IE right now. Like, you feel
Yeah.
I'm in Pomona and it's love. You feel me?
Cool.
If you
Yeah, it is.
if you live in like a city that isn't downtown or South Central, can you say you're from LA?
If you're not from Los Angeles,
Can't
you're
be
not
from
from
LA,
LA,
bro.
fool. Like,
If you're from
LA
the valley,
County,
you're from the valley. Fam.
Right.
LA County, you feel me? Like,
When does that start and when does that stop?
that's a good question.
LA
Because
County's
you could argue,
wide majority, bro.
but because I would consider like Pasadena,
Even locking out is LA County, fam.
Glendale is LA kind of.
Okay, but like if you're from Pasadena, you're from the Dina.
Pasadena.
Yeah, you're from Glendale. You're from Glendale. Like you know where I'm from, Los Angeles.
Maybe if you're
Los
talking
Angeles,
to people,
California.
maybe if
There's
you're,
no-
LA
maybe you're talking
I'm
to
from
people.
LA, Los Angeles, born and raised.
Yeah.
Born in Los Angeles.
Bro, people take it to heart
to high
if you're
school
not
in-
from LA and you say you're from LA. Bro.
Maybe if you like talk to somebody that's from like another part
If
of
they're from
LA.
Chicago, you can say you're from LA because they don't know what the fuck that means. Like,
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I'm from fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm from Glendale. They don't know what that is, but they know LA. And that's funny because, like, look, Trap is from Inglewood, right? Inglewood.
That's LA.
I would say
Inglewood.
it's okay, but
Inglewood
it's
is
LA.
in the center of fucking LA.
Yeah.
It's 1,000% LA. But if you ask people from Inglewood if they're from LA, they're gonna say, nah, I'm from Inglewood.
Where they will.
Same thing with
Yeah.
Compton too, right? Compton's like
Compton
the same
will
way.
never say they're from LA, fool.
I have a question. Do you know if Inglewood are cool with Inglewood families?
Am I cool with Inglewood family?
Are Inglewood cool with Inglewood families?
Is Inglewood what? Like, is Inglewood
Like any gang in Inglewood cool?
Inglewood families in Inglewood?
So anybody.
I think this was trying to figure out if the Mexicans.
That says cool with the families.
Yeah, he wants to know.
Probably
Yeah.
not, fool.
Yeah, he wants to know.
I'm not gonna speak on that, but I would just caution on the side of nah.
Okay.
What about
Chief Keef voice.
the Valley? Because I feel like a lot of people consider like Calabasas and stuff like that LA, or like
Fuck no.
or like Malibu LA, but that's not LA.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
Kylie Jenner needs to stop repping 818. She has a whole fucking tequila about it.
Who?
Kylie Jenner, fool.
Jenner.
Kylie
Oh,
Jenner.
818.
Well, it is technically the 818.
Fool,
What is Calabasas?
Come on.
It's in the 818 area. dude.
But do the 818 residents, do Valley residents consider that really?
It's it's like this. People should be proud of where they're from.
Yeah.
Right? Like back in the day, fools from the Valley would never be like, yo, I'm from LA. They're like, I'm from the Valley. But I remember one time, I have a homegirl from the Valley, right? Good ass homegirl of mine. She's like not from deep in the Valley. She's from like Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks area, right? But let's just say Sherman Oaks for her, 'cause she's like not really like a Van Nuys kind of girl,
Right.
you feel me? And I remember we were talking about LA one time, and I was like, she was like, yeah, being from LA, we're out here. I'm like, well, you're not from LA.
She had offended, huh?
And she's like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, I am. Like, I have a Dodgers hat on. I'm like, no, like, I'm from LA. You're from the Valley. Like, we fuck with the Valley. I love the Valley. The Valley's dope as fuck. We never disrespect the Valley. The Valley deserves more respect. There's more hitters from the Valley than a lot of LA, fool. Growing up, going to house parties in the Valley, guaranteed they was getting shot up. Guaranteed there's activities. Like, the Valley is no place to ever get caught slipping, bro. Don't think it's sweet in the motherfucking 818.
What about?
It's not. But it's not LA, fool. It's not. And I'm telling this girl that she's getting all upset, blah, 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 blah. And granted, like, she's not from like Canoga Park or Samther, like one of the, you know what I mean?
From like Tahunga?
She's from like Sherman Oaks, but still, like,
oh, bro,
you know what I mean? But that's right next to LA, but you're not from LA.
Yeah.
And I remember, and then my homeboy, he was from South Central, from Western and 57th, right?
Oh, yeah.
He was right there, and I'm like, hey, is the Valley LA? And he's all, no. And then by the end of the conversation, Shorty starts crying. I feel all bad.
Starts crying?
Crying.
Smoked up.
Bro,
Crying.
I even have a homegirl. She from Tahunga, but she knows she from the Valley.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fools, if you're like a gang member
She's
from
like,
the
fool, I'm from the Valley. She's like, I'm not from
they're
LA.
proud of that shit. Fools are proud to be from the San Fernando Valley. Fool, like, they should be.
What are your thoughts on the San Gabriel Valley?
Same thing, dope as fuck. I love the SGV.
I feel like people forget about the San Gabriel Valley a lot. I feel like whenever someone thinks about, you live right next to San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah,
is that area?
Fucking Whittier, where the girls are prettier.
But Whittier is 40 minutes. That's like Long Beach, bro.
No, like it's like Pasadena.
No,
that's the beginning of the SGV.
Rosemead.
Yeah.
Hacienda Heights, Azusa, West Covina, Irwindale.
Yeah,
wow.
That's like just east of LA. It's just east of
Covina, Azusa.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Pomona.
Pomona's the borderline,
and then
that's like the very end.
And then it turns into the 909.
That's the very end right there. That's like the borderline between the IE and the SGV.
Do people ever recognize you when you're in Pomona?
Hell yeah. I can't go anywhere, bro. Like, I get recognized everywhere. Like,
oh yeah, I forget y'all know.
You know what I mean?
A lot of No Jumper fans, huh? People recognize you from No Jumper.
To be honest, yes.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people do. Like, I always got recognized from Battle Rap too. Like, but the No Jumper shit definitely made my visibility.
Probably have a lot of small Hispanic kids coming up to you. Oh shit, Shway, what's up?
A lot of love. Me and my girl was at Walmart the other day, and some dude walks up like, Lush, oh my God.
You ever get scared? Do you ever like, what the fuck? Nah?
No.
No one's ever came at you like with it. Like, weird.
Never once.
Everyone's been pretty cool for that.
Everyone's been cool.
That's dope.
It's always love. Can I get a picture? What's up? I love what you're doing. Fuck so-and-so that I don't even have beef with anymore. You feel me?
God damn.
Speaking of, do you ever get annoyed that you're associated with No Jumper still? Like, when people come up to you, like, does it get old? You know what I mean?
It's cool, but like sometimes it's like I put in way too much work for way too long for my name to be synonymous with petty drama and controversy. I don't like that. If people like, yo, like, you entertained me. I liked you on the podcast. Like, you're funny. You're cool. I like your knowledge of hip hop. Respect your sobriety. Yeah, that's cool, bro. Like, you see me there. Fuck yeah. You know, I love that, but I don't want to be noticed. Oh, you're like, you beefed with this guy or da-da-da-da. Like, oh, that's just lame. You know what I mean? Like, but I get it. You feel me? Like, viral media is viral media. So I just got to grind harder. And at the fucking ripe old age of 41 and a half.
And you televised.
I got to go harder than ever to reinvent myself once again.
You televised your beef with Adam22. We've seen the whole thing. It's been kind of crazy. It's like, you know what I mean? To be in because not everyone's beefs or spats are public like that on that kind of mainstream kind of platform level where everyone's aware of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy having like everyone in your business type of shit. But
I think that it was like a lot of it was just something that didn't need to be as public as it was. And getting super encouraged by external outside forces and
trolls
and just like allowing too much of that to kind of bring me out of who I really am and what my true path is, and focusing on what's important and the people that really rock with me and want to see me win and want to build some shit with me. Like, you feel me? Like the homies over here, like the Lush World homies and shit. Like, Rick and Trap, like, they don't give a fuck about that shit. They just want to see me do cool content and we want to create it together and win.
Yeah.
GTX, battle rap people, they don't give a fuck about that. They don't want to, you feel me?
What was that? That was some crazy shit. So
That's probably Shorty with some just.
okay. Let's keep going.
I
Let's
have
keep
a
going.
question. If possible, would you ever rekindle with Adam? If possible,
Rekindle?
if you could ever
Look,
sort out the differences and what things have been said, because I know things have been said that can't be unsaid.
I'll say this, bro. I harbor no animosity at this point whatsoever. I have nothing bad to say about anybody I used to work with.
If you had anything to say to Adam, what would you have to say? Time's passed, you know what I mean? It's been a while, you know what I mean?
I feel like
You've grown.
changed.
Yeah,
Be like, hey, it's all good, bro. You feel me?
I honestly feel like it's not that deep. Like I feel like it's I feel like they're
It's
like
internet beef,
yeah.
bro.
I feel like honestly, like some of the, I feel like I took it to certain places I didn't need to be taken to. I was acting out of emotion,
Right.
in a lot of ways. You know, like there's no, like, I have nothing bad to say about him or anybody else over there. I ain't got nothing bad to say, because it wasn't like, look, to be honest with you, he actually was better to me than a lot of the other people over there. When I, like, now that bird's eye view, full 360 perspective, and I'm able to kind of analyze it, like, he did a lot for me and believed in me and showed me love.
Yeah.
So regardless of how things transpired, regardless of, like, you know, I can't take accountability for other people's actions for what was done to me. Whether I feel like I was wronged in certain aspects is irrelevant. I know what I did wrong. There's definitely things I should have done differently regarding a lot of other people over there, but I ain't tripping on him. I ain't tripping on anybody else. Now, like, as far as the things that I wanted being vocal about, like allegations against him, yeah, that's kind of weird, but I should have had that same energy from Jump Street, to be honest. Like, if I was going to be over there on that platform, I should have been, like, tripping on that off rip.
right.
You feel me? Even if I wasn't fully aware of the severity of certain things. Like, so, you know, like, ultimately, I don't fuck with anybody that has those type of allegations, and I think anybody that has those type of things on their jacket should be held accountable. But as far as how he treated me as a man, as far as how he treated me as an employer, how he was to me as a friend, he was cool, bro. He was solid. You lied to me, Lush.
Do you feel like the publicity made you stay during the allegations, since you already knew the allegations? Because I knew it was popping for you.
Bro, like, at the end of the day, the way I look at it is like this. How many of y'all that are watching this right now have jobs where you're your own boss, or you work for somebody that you fully respect, or you work for a corporation with no blood on its hands that you can get behind and be proud to say that you're making money for? Very few.
Yes,
You
fact.
feel me? Very few. You're proud to work for this corporation that has fucking child slave labor in fucking India. You're proud to work for this company that fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's blood on everybody's hand across the board. So okay. So it's easy for me to look the other way in certain instances, because whatever you do, you're going to be supporting motherfuckers that are doing some scumbag shit that's fucked up, that shouldn't get repped in any capacity. But, you know, now as far as, like, I was over there, and what I felt like, there's two primary purposes for me being over there. There's me trying to help bridge the generational gap in hip hop culture, help keep the hip hop of yesteryear alive, and try to show people that are y'all generation that the history is dope, and a lot of the shit that y'all generation is doing is influenced by what people did before.
Right.
And show these old heads, hey, there's some fire that the youth is coming up with, and just because it don't fucking sound like a hip hop or hip, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that it's not fire. So, like, and being a source of education and being over there pushing the line for hip hop when it seemed to have taken a back seat in a lot of regards, that was really important. And in addition to that, trying to put a fire under everyone's ass paws as far as, yo, everyone over there, y'all some rappers, let's fucking rap. Let's fucking rap. So then that's what I wanted to do. In addition to that, being a beacon of positivity when it comes to recovery and showing people you could be at the cool kids table and still turn up, and you ain't gotta fucking be loaded to do it. And it's okay to fucking be clean and sober. In fact, you're gonna be possibly in the best place you ever have been, because I know that I am. So, and it's a shame that voice is now gone. In that context. There is nobody kicking that line. There is nobody pushing that agenda over there now. So I feel like that was beneficial. So it's bigger than me, bigger than a paycheck. I'm looking at like, you know, all these kids are getting fucking brainwashed, thinking it's cool to fucking sip lean and pop Zans and fucking overdose on fentanyl. Let me show them like there's a different way, and let me show them like there's the auto-tune trap drill shit is cool, but like so is being a lyricist, and so is being creative and thinking outside the box with your music, and like that was something that I care about a lot.
Yeah,
because if you look like right now. Like this is the first year that there hasn't been a #1 charting hip hop single of the year yet. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
the first year in like 30 years, and it's because when the culture gets watered down and things start to happen, and it becomes disenfranchised. It affects things in the long term. There's a reason why hip hop ticket sales are down. You know what I mean? Like all that shit because of things that are happening. We gotta fucking flip the script if we want to keep the culture alive. So then when y'all motherfuckers got kids and y'all are fucking, I remember we used to listen to Draco the Ruler back in the, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, that shit, that's for the old heads. We listen to fucking Cyberbot 333 or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like
little Cyberbot,
you know what I mean? Like whatever the fuck's finna be cracking then. But it's like, we want to keep this shit alive, fool.
Yeah, I just think now it's just gone such a bad. It's
I don't
given
like
people,
watching No Jumper anymore.
What the
Yeah, I used to watch No Jumper all the time. Now
well, bro, it's because now like hip hop, it kind of changed because everyone's like getting like low key smoked. You know what I mean?
Everybody's
People
dying.
The people don't want to listen to music where their favorite artist keeps dying. Like I'm kind of getting sick of it. Kind of started like after the pandemic, to be honest, because before that it was kind of like Juice World X, like that was what's peaking. And
Well,
it was more like
when you had Juice World X, Lil Peep, all dying is crazy.
Yeah, like I think if Juice and X were still alive, they would be pushing like the mainstream.
Sobriety.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying like the mainstream like rap in general because they were so big, and I think after they passed away,
Juice World probably would have been the biggest thing in hip hop right now.
probably. Yeah.
He is
big.
even like he's still like his streaming numbers are fucking insane. X2, but like Juice World and like the Juice World was like, bro, this fool can do like the newer wave, like post SoundCloud era music, but then he was like doing lyrical ass freestyles and on records with Eminem and all kinds of crazy. Like he really had potential to be on some other shit, bro. He could have been like the savior.
Yeah.
You feel me?
One more thing I wanted to ask you about, just because I think our viewers would really want to know, is what was it like working with Chief Keef?
Man, Sosa's a very interesting character. He's a great dude.
Seems very, very humble and chill.
Super cool guy, bro. Super cool guy. I remember something about Sosa that tripped me out. When Sosa got his mansion, into his mansion, he was like, oh, I want to get one of those space heaters that we used to have in the projects. Like, because you know what I mean? Like, he's like, that's what he didn't say those words, but that's like,
that's his home type shit, right?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, like, you're rich now. You don't got to live like that anymore. Like, he's down to earth. He had his family with him. He had his boys with him. Like, he's a very, he's way more intelligent than people realize. He's way more thoughtful than people realize. And he's a very emotionally intelligent person. He knows how to play off vibes like a motherfucker. He's a cool dude. Liked him a lot. He was very thoughtful. He had that, that Chicago down to earth, you know, like just hospitality, absolutely.
When I think of Chicago, I think of Chief Keef because I feel like that's the first time I ever heard of like Chicago music was Don't Like
big, bro.
Back in 2012, back when, bro, that shit was so lit. Back
Chicago's history is crazy. I mean, if you look at everything from like fucking Twista to Common to Kanye to Lupe to, you know.
Oh, Lupe Fiasco's from Chicago?
Yeah.
Got it.
DeBrat is from Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, then you look at fucking, you know, everything. Then Chance, you know what I mean? Then fucking everybody from drill music, from Sosa to Dirk to G Herbo to, you know, it's crazy.
Kind of crazy how that new page Chirac Rose is getting like all the different videos of like everyone in Chicago and stuff like in jail and crazy. It's pretty crazy, bro. I didn't think that was actually a thing that you could.
It's weird timing for certain things to pop up. You know what I mean? Like why just now are clips of Vaughn coming out from like why did it take so long? Like it's weird. Like,
I think that guy found out that you could just like literally send a request for information for the videos and they just give them to you. Like what 1090 Jake does essentially.
Right. You have to have like certain.
You literally just ask.
Yeah.
You literally just ask like, hey, can I get this? These.
I know that's true for interrogations and for paperwork, but I didn't know for like
in jail,
county jail footage and shit. Like that's not a thing in California. I'll tell you that.
I think so yeah.
Fuck
No, they're not letting you get away with shit.
Fuck no, bro. In fact, you don't really see any. You don't see that many. Like I've seen interrogation footage from California, but it's way more rare.
Really.
I feel like they don't leak information like that out here.
It's harder to get. There's more of a bureaucracy for sure.
Who are your top favorite rappers? Like you would say, like are your 3 top favorite rappers?
Now we're just getting into
Okay,
difficult questions. Difficult questions.
Just give a quick top 3 who you're listening to right now. Just
not right now. Because
This is where it gets
like
tricky.
I want to know the old type shit. Because my pops be telling me about like Spice One, Wu Tang. Like he put me on, and he's a white boy from Pasadena.
Your pops is
He
white?
put me on to like all that type of shit.
Let me find out your pops is white. No, I'm just playing.
Nah, my pops is Mexican.
Okay, I thought. Did he just say?
you just said it.
My
fuck?
pops died. My stepdad is my pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so hard for me to give you a top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro,
That's such
he
a-
knows so much.
Such a nuanced question. But like, look, I'll just go on record and say.
What did you used to listen to when you were a young kid, like coming up, and like that was on replay?
I'll tell you this, and this is something that a lot of cats y'all's age don't understand. But as someone that's an avid student of lyricism and all aspects of emceeing, from flow, delivery, wordplay, punchlines, storytelling ability, all the intangibles that define greatness for an artist, there's nobody in history that's better than Jay-Z. And there's a reason why he is the greatest selling artist.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z is the motherfucking GOAT. And it's not even close. Like,
You listen to Jay-Z?
I listen to Jay, bro. I listened to Hov for so long.
I like that new
so
444 album that came out like back like a couple years ago.
Hov is like his wordplay, his like double, triple entendres, his polysyllabic rhyme schemes. Like people just be like, oh, he's the richest and he talks that rich shit. No, like skill for skill, nobody's touching him, bro. Nobody.
I listen more Jay-Z then because I really haven't.
Listen to The Blueprint. Listen to Reasonable Doubt. Listen to those albums.
Kanye produced a lot of the Blueprint, right?
Kanye produced a good chunk. Kanye and Just Blaze produced the majority of that album.
That's fire.
Yo, Lush, when's the last time you talked to Drake?
A couple years ago, before the battle event. Yep.
What were you guys talking about? Did he send you a cookie recipe?
With the K.
Drizzy Drake?
Drizzy Drake.
Oh wow. Lex was talking to a goat.
What were you fools talking about?
That's crazy, fam.
Yeah, Drake was talking to the GOAT, wasn't he? No.
The light skin Drake.
Yeah, light skin Lush.
What were you fools talking about last time you guys talked?
Bro, like he always shows support for the battle rap shit, and he's like gives props and
Take that shit to Canada, man.
We have taken it to Canada. Done
Already?
huge events in Toronto. Shouts to the homies, King of the Dot. That fool Drake and OBO funded in
this fool Nick doesn't realize that battle rap has been around for like so
No, I know
long.
I've watched it, but I didn't know Lush has been around like fucking.
Bro, do your homework
did an event
on
with
Lush,
OBO
bro.
and
This is a
Drake.
legend right here, bro. He's been around the world on this shit.
Them in 2016, 15.
I was 16 years old.
That's right. You were getting pussy like you supposed to. You feel me? It's good. You ain't got to worry about what the fuck I was doing. But that's what I was doing.
Do you have anything that you want to tell our audience members? Thank you so much for coming on, by the way. I don't know if you have any like.
Yeah,
I think we went and chopped it up for damn near 2 hours, huh?
Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
for a
1
while.
hour and
It's been-
20 minutes.
for damn near an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, good one right here.
No, it was. I think this was a really informative conversation.
It was fun.
It was fun.
I learned a lot.
I learned a lot, bro. I didn't even know about the history of hip hop origins like that until you
Origins?
said it.
Orange, yo,
Hip-hop origins.
motherfucking rap mangoes.
Rap mango, the hip hop orange.
Look.
Damn.
Don't take yourselves too seriously. Don't take me too seriously. It's all love, baby. You feel me? We gonna get to it while the getting is good all day, every damn day. You feel me? Inside, outside, upside, downside, all on a motherfucking bitch. Y'all know the vibes.
Yes,
Make
sir.
plays with me, don't play with me, mad
Plays
D.
with us. Don't play.
Lush one.
Turn my
Don't
L's
play
into
with your
W's.
Turn
OTG
my L's
Nick.
and the W's, baby. I suggest you do the same, good sir.
Thank you guys so much for
Yes,
watching.
indeedy.
Good looking
Appreciate
out, gang.
y'all. Mad Deep. You already know what the freak going on.
You know what the frick going on.
Come on.
Peace out.